Kennedy. I just want to say one thing. Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0. Let's go. Dude, it's been too long. I forgot how to do this, but I go something like Salam Sejahtera and welcome to JomUnited. We are a Malaysian Manchester United fan channel. Yes, dengan bangganya Buatan Malaysia. Okay, we've been on a hiatus for quite a bit lah, but then we managed to gather our strength. We managed to construct a team of 5 awesome individuals. 4 lah. Not that awesome. No, Dog is not that awesome. I'm awesome.
Hey, not that awesome anymore after the here left lah. Damn it.
So we got a lot to catch up on with the guys and stuff. So maybe let's just ask round robin. How are you guys? Doc, how are you? Are you feeling better nowadays?
Superb. I feel superb. Still having issues letting go of our ex-keeper, but happy to know he may be going to Real Madrid lah.
No, it's not. Sorry, unfortunately, I got bad news for you lah. They're getting keeper. They're getting Kepa. They're keeping Kepa on loan with an option to buy. Seriously. So, pain. The heart pain or not, Doc?
Ouch.
Okay, so Josh, how about you, Josh? How are you?
All good, man. Excited for the new season and really looking forward for the new Ten Hag regime, 23-24.
Okay, and all the way from Singapore. You're in Singapore now, right, Eriton?
Yep, I am.
So how are you, brother?
Well, the food is not that good here, but other than that, I'm doing well because our team is moving some really great inroads into the new season, especially when a couple of Deadwood, not De Gea, but a couple of others have moved a couple of hours ago. My best friend Fred has moved.
Hey, your apology video we still got, right? Right? Please. But okay.
But then that doing well now. I'm glad to be back. It's been a while. So yep. All ready for the new season. Ini bukan cerita rompak Ini betul ni.
But also congratulations, Eriton, because Daddy, man, we got Cristiano Junior on the way lah.
It's a girl. If it was a boy, it would have been Cristiano Junior Soliano, but it's a girl. So I'm naming her. Lila Rose Bernadette Soliano. So Lila after an Oasis song. Rose after my favorite basketball player Derrick Rose. Bernadette because it's similar to my middle name Bernardo. So Soliano, obviously I have to follow my name.
Should have gone with Frida or something, no? Frida would be good.
It's okay lah, brother. You know how Portuguese people like to complicate names.
Okay, and also Jai, apa khabar Jai? Salam Jai. Mungkin boleh macam mana cakap? Bertegur sapa dengan kawan-kawan kita yang kat live.
Saya masih lagi dalam keadaan sedih kerana Harry Maguire telah dijual ke West Ham bersama dengan Fred. So saya sangat terkejut lah, masih terkejut lagi. Saya masih terkejut. Hai kawan-kawan semua, khabar?
Belum lagi tau, dia dalam maybe play on Monday lah last game.
Lama tak live ni. Yalah, I agree lah. Last game on Monday, his farewell lah. I mean, Harry Maguire deserves a proper send-off lah. Captain and stuff, all David De Gea.
What? That's a bit too much already. Pushing it lah, Coach Tom.
Okay, so Doc, okay, maybe we start with you first lah. What's your take? I mean, so many outgoings and stuff. Some we never expected. David De Gea for one, and Harry Maguire. We probably thought we would have given him another 5 years contract if we were still under the previous regime. So what's your take on the outgoings right now?
I think the outgoings are pretty much what we expected. Harry Maguire to go. Scott McTominay also question mark whether to go. Fred to go. De Gea is the one that really is very sad and pains my heart. But let's see. We are looking to play out the back. I still have my doubts. We'll see how that goes. But I'm still a little bit concerned with we're letting go a lot of players, but the backups are not coming in. So, I mean, I know there are some deals that are still in the pipeline, but I hope they can get it over the line in time. The season's already starting. So, a little bit concerned, especially we are going to be fighting on all four fronts. But I'm looking forward to the season.
Okay, Josh, how about you, Josh? The outgoings and also the incomings. With Onana and Mason Mount and also Rasmus Højlund, and then probably possibly Amrabat coming in, and then now there are rumors that Benjamin Pavard is coming in. So what's your take? What's your expectation for the incoming players?
Okay, so Ten Hag literally got almost the players that he wanted to. So of course the expectation is higher for him. I'm really glad that they make really tough decisions along the way in the last 2-3 months. With Onana coming in, if he does what he was supposed to be expected to do, I think with the whole transitional football that we plan to have in the next coming season, I think he will be the player that will organize from the back and change Manchester United all the way. And he's still at a very prime age now, demanding from the back. So I hope, nothing to do against De Gea, but I think this is decisions that we have to make that should have impact. I think this is something that we wanted so much. I still have concerns on the scoring goals part. I still thought that we should have got maybe an experienced striker. Maybe don't pull a workhorse, but pull a loan deal. A loan deal for an experienced striker. I think we really need that as a target man. I do have, that's my only concern.
We got Martial, what?
Yeah.
Exactly. What are you talking about, man? What are you talking about, man?
Maybe not a workhorse, but we're getting another Martial. He's coming, he's injured, and then I heard he cannot play 2 games a week. It sounds very familiar, doesn't it?
The signing of the season so far is not Mason Mount. It's definitely not Onana right now. He's that dude, that doctor from Arsenal, man. He's a game changer. He's a secret weapon. You see, the moment he left Arsenal, what happened to Gabriel Jesus? You look, injury. Julian Timber also today fell down because of the doctor is no longer there. So
but let's see if he can work his magic with what he has. Martial, I think it's kind of difficult for him also. He also is going to be like us, bald after a while.
So, Ayrton, how about you, Ayrton? Just now we were talking about Onana, playing from the back. Do you think now we have the ability? From the pre-seasons that you've been watching, I'm sure. Do you think we have the ability right now in our locker to actually play from the back?
Well, okay, take that thing away from David De Gea. I know Doc is, he always gets, I can't say it because we'll get banned, but he has a special love for David De Gea. So taking nothing away from David De Gea, he was a fantastic servant for Manchester United over the years. But looking at Onana, the way Ten Hag likes to play football, the way of total football, play from the back. But one thing that concerns me is that moving Onana going for a bit too much sometimes. That we saw in the preseason as well that they he was meant to be locked over from the middle of the park. So that's something that's been worked on. In terms of shot stopping, right? Honestly speaking, I don't think it's De Gea standards, but in terms of manning the back four, I think it's better than De Gea. Number one is shouting at Maguire. That's one. So manning the back four, that's very important. Getting the players in the positions they want to be. But I'm just slightly concerned where he plays a bit too much in front. Reminds me a bit of what Fabian Barthez used to call him, like Clementi. Fabian Barthez back then, he used to do all of those 360 moves or the nutmegs and stuff. We don't need that. We need someone who plays a simple game. I think of Onana as like something like a Paul Scholes back at the goal. But honestly speaking, I think it's a really, really good buy for us. Something that we needed in terms of fulfilling the philosophy of Ten Hag needs. So let's see. I'm very optimistic. I actually really enjoyed the signings that we made so far, especially Højlund. God knows how you pronounce his name. So maybe throughout the season, I'll probably learn how to pronounce his name, much like our former manager, Ralph Ragnarik. So let's see. Let's see. Højlund, I really like how Højlund plays. So we're seeing potential. Obviously, 70 million in this market for a 20-year-old is crazy in a sense. But look at the market these days, especially with the United tax in play. 70 million sometimes can be a heck of a bargain for us as well. So let's see this season, we give it to him and see how it goes. And I'm just looking forward to the start of the season. I'm still very optimistic where we're going to end up. I think City is still probably a huge mile ahead of us. I'm still hoping that Kevin De Bruyne is not fit to start for the first half of the season. If that happens, we're in it for a shout. So yeah, let's see.
Okay, Jai pula. Okay, berdasarkan apa yang Erickson cakap pasal Rasmus Højlund ini merupakan satu kawasan kita yang kita perlukan kenaikan daripada musim-musim yang lepas ni. So, adakah Rasmus Højlund ini ialah jawapan kepada kita punya kesusahan untuk menjaringkan gol?
No, actually kalau nak ikutkan pada pendapat I, kita perlukan bukan setakat Højlund saja, kita kena ada another lagi striker untuk sama ada yang proven ataupun tidak. Sebab kita tahu yang Højlund bukanlah proven striker. Walaupun dia adalah striker tunggal, tetapi dia bukan proven sebab dia masih lagi mentah dan dia pun bukannya biasa dengan EPL. Dan rekod track dia dekat Atlanta pun dia hanya jaringkan 9 gol dan 2 assist. So pada I, kita perlu ada lagi seorang striker. Walaupun kita ada Anthony Martial dan kita ada Rasmus Højlund, kita kena ada another lagi option striker. Sekurang-kurangnya mungkin kita pinjam ataupun kita beli yang proven punya striker. Sebab kita tak boleh expect dan kita tak boleh letakkan benda yang tinggi level untuk Højlund menjaringkan every goal untuk kita. So kita kena ada another striker.
Martial.
Martial. Yes, Martial definitely.
Siapa tu?
No, definitely. There's no way lah. I'm just going to say there's no way that we are going to move Martial. I know there's interest from Inter Milan, Real Madrid, Barcelona, PSG, a lot of. But I
see Syed in the comments. I think you should comment on this Martial situation.
Hey, Syed, please hide your leprechaun. Don't bring out your leprechaun. Every time Syed hantam on playing show go out, right? Confirm go out. That guy was some kind of mumbo jumbo magic.
I was reading on Twitter.
Marcel alone. Leave Marcel alone. We definitely need him.
I was reading Twitter a couple of hours ago. I said, "Oh, this is Martial season. He's going to whack 20 goals this season." I highly doubt he's going to even complete 20 minutes this season. Like, I look at his injuries.
Okay, on a serious note, okay, this Martial thing we are not going to drag on because I know it's me against the whole world. Okay? Everyone on Twitter, everything. Okay, so I'm just going to say one thing. You can actually see the difference in the way I think Erik ten Hag and also the new doctor, I don't know what his name, doctor, whatever it is, the way that they are actually trying to rectify this Martial situation. You can actually notice he actually lost some size, if you look, right? Maybe you guys, I mean, you're not very observant about this guy. But I know Anthony Martial very in and out. Whether his hair grow an inch or what, I know, right? I know. Okay, and then you actually see, right, the drop in the size. Probably his muscle mass, and probably that was the one that is causing all the issues and stuff. So we give him a benefit of a doubt, guys, to January, just till January. That's my plea to everybody here, the panelists and also the guys in the live. Till January. Okay,
I mean,
right? He still get any form of injury, whether got toothache, even a bloody toothache. Okay, steady, guys, steady. Until January. Until then, let's all just pretend that we all love Martial. Okay, we all just pretend we love Martial.
But at the moment, I still keep him. We got no other striker, and the striker that we bought also got some kind of injury problems by starting off already being injured, and then apparently cannot play 2 games a week. It's gonna be tough. So I would still keep him at the moment, unless you're going to sell him and buy another striker, which by now is a bit late considering the season's already starting.
And that there are no options, right? If we were to actually go for a striker now, okay, the names that we were linked with, Harry Kane, sayonara, gone no way right? Gonzalo Ramos already in PSG. Kolo Muani on the way to PSG. We might be able to pull a magic or whatnot, but then I think that is also highly unlikely. It's going to cost us 85 mil. There's no other options unless Mehdi Tarami or maybe we give back Weghorst dog. Maybe we
no.
I think we should go for on loan with Jamie Vardy, man. I think he is something that we want another dimension in front.
Another catcher.
One season only.
Rasmus Højlund is already half a player, right? We gotta be straight, okay. Half a player with his injury, possibly a very a little type of injury. That one is already half a player. Anthony Martial is quarter of a player. We already got 3/4 of a player. At Vardy, there will be one player only. We only got one.
Simple maths.
But yeah, maybe Vardy, I don't know. Are there any other options available strikers? Maybe in the
Benjamin Cisco.
Benjamin Sesko.
Benjamin
Benjamin
Sesko.
Sesko that possibly can maybe actually go back to get him. I think 55 million in this transfer window right now with our limited. One thing about our budget, maybe let me ask Josh lah. From the start of the transfer window, right? Apparently our budget is only like 120 million, but right now, right, it seems that we are going way above 120 millions, and with the sales that we are doing, right, we are not literally getting much back. Also, Fred, right, 12 million. Elenga, good game today, 15 million. Then the rest are all like what? All the youngsters, all what? 1 million, 2 million max. So do you think that, there's something going on behind the scene? Okay, we're going to link a bit of a conspiracy. Maybe there's already a new owner in place already. That's why we have the flexibility to actually, pursue the more expensive, the more, flamboyant type of players. What do you think, Josh?
Yeah, I think it could be. There's news, but it's only coming in November or December, so forth, right? But it's also important for us to know that the outgoings also had very high salary. So we are actually outgoing a lot more. Like the person who came in like Højlund, I think it's like 70K or 80K per week, whereby we are taking off Fred, Maguire, Elanga, and that one easily 400,000 a month. A week. So yeah, I think in that consideration also, actually that's why we can go for this kind of players. And Ten Hag also is in particular don't want to get too big of a high salary person signing. So I think that's probably another one, the salary wages that we manage to actually coop up a lot from there.
Yeah, true. Probably that's the point.
I think I can probably think of Vlahovic at the moment, the Juventus striker. He's another one probably might have some chance of signing.
But that one is another half a player. That one is also injury prone. Why are we all after all those injury prone targets and stuff?
I don't know. There's not many really good out now strikers. That's why I don't know whether this decision to not sign Kane will come back to haunt us lah.
Unless you do something and do a 1 year loan Mbappe, then give him back to Real Madrid lah.
give him straight to Real Madrid.
Or we could for once, right? Instead of Arab Saudi, right, getting all the players in the league, we get back their players. We get back the main guy that actually attracted everyone to go to Arab Saudi. Okay, Editon, how about you? What's your take on this? Our striker situation, okay? Because this is something I think we really need. It's one of the more important positions that we actually need to rectify for this window.
Well, I think from what we have on paper right now in our current squad, I think Ten Hag is pretty happy with it. I think most of us fans will say we need probably a bit more because we can't be banking all of our goals on Rasmus Højlund, who's currently out injured as well at the same time. But yeah, I mean, I don't think things are going to change as if something like someone becomes available, like just now Doc mentioned, like Jamie Vardy becomes available, who even for a loan for like. We might pull off a Henrik Larsson where we can get him for like a half a year deal. That would be great as well, someone to cover the defense. But I don't see anything happening window wise unless a miracle happens where Jamie Vardy has a change of heart, someone in that caliber or that place on his career right now and say, hey, let me go and try out Manchester United for half a season till the January transfer window. So. Yeah, I don't see anything happening right now. I don't see any conspiracy. I don't even see us having new owners until maybe January. I know Dom has been going on about every 3 years is about a new owner in the TikTok channel. That's content lah. We get 5,000 views every video.
Abang Bola is the man.
5,000 views every time he mentions about new owners on TikTok. But I mean, like, giving that aside, the Illuminati isn't real. We're not going to get new owners till January. I don't see any new striker coming in unless there's a change of heart from some of the more veteran players who say like, hey, let's give Manchester United a shot. Because we only tried Abang Cristiano and he went out to Arab Saudi after that. But and also we tried Edison Cavani. But let's. I'm honestly speaking, I'm just going to see how things unfold with Anthony Martial and maybe also Rashford playing in the middle with Bruno fitting him as Rasmus Højlund comes available. So yeah, that's my stance at the moment. this is not going to be a 5,000 view video on TikTok. That's what I can say.
Hey, I mean, can I ask a question? Aren't you guys concerned at our forward line? I mean, looking at it, right? Okay, Rashford blew hot and cold last season. He was on, on a great run. Towards the end, he started tailing off, but he is someone we can still depend on, okay? Martial is injured most of the time, honestly, Coach Dama. And then we have Sancho, who's never really hit his heights, okay? That's on the probably your left side and striker. Okay, then you got Rasmus Højlund, who's new. We don't know how he will adapt. On the right side, we've got our finger spinner. Okay, he may be decent. He's your start. He's definitely going to start on the right side. But apart from him, who do you have? Ahmad, not really proven. Pelistri, not really proven. Aren't you worried? And this was our key problem: scoring goals.
Yeah, I mean, I would say, like, something a bit controversial also as well. That people there have been murmurs that Mason Greenwood might come in back to our squad as well. I honestly speaking, I'm still on the fence of him coming back into the squad. Let's leave that to the club to decide. But if given a chance, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. It's still a pretty tough ask for, especially in this environment, to get Mason back in the squad. But if things were different, I would have loved him to be in the squad right now. That's all I can say about that Mason situation.
Yeah. But even if he is in the squad, right, he's not going to hit the ground running immediately. He's going to definitely take time to adapt again. There's going to be a lot of, especially when he goes to away grounds, right, there's going to be a lot of abuse. All this you need to take into account. So he's not going to come back immediately the same player that he was. So for me, there's still a lot of concern of our forward line.
I think, Doc, my opinion.
Yeah, don't worry about featured commercial.
If just say right, our our wingers, our midfielders, right, they do their role properly. Our attacking midfields, our wingers do the proper role instead of just playing inverted all the time, cutting in and trying to score. I think they can actually contribute more to help us score goals. And then maybe our strikers, like for example, Martial, Rasmus Højlund, they have these injury issues. They can't really be misused, not too physical, not too much running and whatnot. They just need to play the fox in the box type of role. I think we can actually manage their fitness in that way if the surrounding players around them actually do their role. That's my take on that. Like, of course, definitely, like, we need more. I mean, more options of the strikers and whatnot. But again, if just say the players know their role and they do it accordingly, I think we should be okay.
I think just to add to that also, I just address it, right? It is a concern for me, to be very honest. Like, scoring goals is a concern. But are we rushing into any 150 million like an Osimhen now? I think we also want to wait for the right time to get the striker also. And looking at the potential per se that we have, if we really converted our chances, I think we are a decent team to win, like 2-0, 3-0, get 3 points. That's most important. Don't need to go for the extravagant 6-7 zeros anymore. Just get your 3 points, clean sheets. As long as your foundation is good. At any point of time we see any strikers available, I think Kane was the best window to grab on. I think if there's anything in the future, maybe the January transfer, we can just whack someone to get in back. I think that the opportunity was still there. I think that the window need to happen first, not rush and get another 150 million and then expect everything else to fall in place.
Yeah, but that is the problem. Putting the ball in the net, right? You create a lot of chances, but you're not putting in the net, and it's no point using an excuse if you're not going to do something to correct the situation. And you saw it in pre-season as well. When we had Martial injured, Rashford not back yet, who were playing up front? Sancho, right? Sancho was playing up front, and then of course they brought in Hugh Gill and whatnot. But even then, you created a lot of chances and you were missing it. So does that core problem for me is still not solved?
Would you consider our pre-season we created a lot of chances? I don't think we really created a lot of chances as per se. We have
not a lot, but you see some of the games when we were on top in the first 15 minutes or so, we created chances. Mount missed. I can't remember which of the games, but there were a lot of chances that we missed. But you're right, we didn't create a lot of chances. But again, that can be also attributed to first half one team, second half another team, all 11 players changing. So that's fine. Again, it's pre-season. But what worries me is when you create those chances and nobody's there to finish. Right? And that is why, for me, a really good world-class striker was imperative this season. Yes, we've got Højlund, but we should have got him as probably a backup or apprentice. So even if, like, say Højlund is not available and Martial is not available, you can move Rashford center, but then your left side becomes weak again because you're going to depend on people like Sancho and things like that. So, well, let's hope they buck up, but there's a lot of work to be done in our forward line. We'll see how the season goes. We have a good, in the terms, good opening fixture against Wolves at home. Although they've always been a tough opposition, but they're going through some turmoil at the moment. So we will see how good we are in the first game, and let's take it from there.
But just to also to add to that is that we are probably undermining that Rashford will only be best on the left. He could be a great striker. This is a season where he can break through an opportunity to be that centre forward.
Cannot they? Let me be honest, cannot they?
No, because you see, like players like Garnacho can play on the left also. And it really depends. So the first 5 to 10 games, right, at the starting of the season, we must see what is it. Is it really that? Yes, it was a really clear-cut thing where, last season we really need the centre forward. But who knows? Maybe with the certain regime, with the players on board, the tactical can change, and maybe we want to have Rashford play that target man. Who knows? I mean, anything can happen, right? And that's looks like the only option to have now.
Yeah. Actually, if you ask me, Rashford can play as a centre forward, but he's not the type of centre forward to drop down and be involved in the play. He's the type to run through, use his pace, beat the offside track. He needs that kind of through ball. He will finish it. And you've seen most of his goals were like that. He did score a bit of poachers goals last year, but don't expect him to be that kind of Martial kind of centre forward, that kind of Kane kind of centre forward.
I think I would like to echo what you guys say as well. I mean, like if just to say we put Rashford in the middle, right? I mean, Sancho and Anthony really needs to back up because pre-season they were woeful. Honestly speaking, they were really, really bad, and it's concerning actually where they were 80 to 100 million players that we bought over that is expected to perform at the elite level, and they were playing shockingly bad. So honestly speaking, I wouldn't put my hopes on those two players in particular. I think I'll put my money more on Garnacho to perform better than them. But if just say we're putting Rashford up front, especially for the next few games, those two players especially really need to back up, and I don't really see it. Judging from the last games we saw in pre-season and especially last season as well, I don't know.
Yeah, and the problem is going to be the right side, because Anthony is your starting right winger. If he's not playing, it's going to be Sancho, most likely, right? So that is going to be a very, very weak side now.
Okay,
on the right side.
We push aside the forward lah. Okay, we ask Jai lah. Jai has been quiet. Okay, Jai, pendapat kamu kan tentang midfield kita pula lah. Okay, kebanyakan benda semua dibina datang daripada midfield. Jantung, engine kepada mana-mana squad lah. So dengan midfield kita sekarang, kita ada Mason Mount dah masuk. Adakah itu mencukupi? Adakah kamu rasa balance dia lah daripada segi kita boleh serang, kita boleh pegang midfield, boleh menggerakkan bola kat midfield tu? Adakah balance serasi tu ada?
Kalau kita nak cerita pasal faktor untuk midfield, before City champion dekat EPL pun, sebelum Haaland ada, diorang tak ada orang tunggal lah. Diorang punya midfield yang buat skor, Bernardo Silva, Gundogan, semua yang buat gol. So sekarang ni, kalau dalam kita punya point sekarang, kita punya kompartmen dalam tim kita sekarang, memang kita perlukan midfield, sebab sebelum ni Roy Keane pernah cakap, kalau pivot McTominay dengan Brad bermain, kita takkan ke mana-mana. So kita dah ada Mount, kita dah ada Bruno Fernandes, dan kita dah ada Casemiro, dan mungkin kita ada Sofian Amrabat. So memang kompartmen midfield ni memang Dom cakap tadi, memang adalah jantung kita. Sebab kalau tak ada kompartmen midfield ni, kita tak akan dapat apa-apa chance untuk forward. So the main sekarang, walau macam mana pun kita ada Højlund ataupun kita cuma ada Anthony Martial, kalau kita tak ada jantung yang betul-betul bagus yang kita ada sekarang ni, sebab sekarang kita nampak kita ada Mason Mount, tapi Mason Mount untuk pre-season memang bukan Mason Mount yang kita nak. Kita nak Mason Mount yang lebih level daripada pre-season. Jadi sekarang ni apa-apa pun kita memang kena feel kompartmen jantung kita ialah midfield. Kita mungkin kena dapatkan Sofian Amrabat, kita kena betul-betul berada level yang kualiti bagus dekat dalam midfield kita. So that is pada aku midfield adalah sangat penting lah, sangat penting.
Okay, Doc, how about you, Doc? How about our midfield? Do you think that we have a proper balance there? And also, maybe I think it was in Ten Hag's plan to get Kobe Mainu to be part of the first 11. And since now, I think he'll be out for maybe 2-3 months and whatnot. So it leaves us quite bare in the midfield. That's why I think probably we wouldn't move McTominay on because of that. So what's your take, Doc? Is there a proper balance within our attacking and also our, basically just to move the ball across the midfield?
Yeah, I think if you look at our starting, probably three midfielders looks like it's going to be Casemiro, Bruno, and Mason Mount. I think that is quite a strong midfield. I hope they will be able. You see, last season a lot of our problems in midfield was a lot of teams easily played through us, right? In midfield, there's no, we couldn't stop them playing through. That's why I always wanted somebody like Rice, but maybe Amrabat, if he comes in, might be also a good choice. But the thing is, creative wise, I think we're okay in midfield. Creative wise, we're okay. We're creating chances, but we're not taking them. My concern is playing out the back and the midfield and defense gap sometimes is too far. If you look at City, right, they are and yesterday's City's game was very interesting. If you watch the game, they didn't really play out the back like how they do all the time. They were pinging a lot of long bounce, yesterday. They let the team press, and when I think Burnley pressed them, Ederson was just lobbing balls to the two wingers, and their first touch and their control, right, superb. The problem is our forward line first touch is very poor. They always play themselves into trouble, or they will miscontrol the ball. So I'm a bit worried about that transition between if you're playing out the back, your defense should be close enough to help out the defense when we're in trouble. And looking at pre-season, while we're playing out the back, Onana may be good, but as I said, the rest of your defenders are still the same. Your rest of your midfielders are still the same, and you're having the same problem. We lost the ball so many times, which allowed the other team to counter and score. That long chip over Onana included. I think for me he was too far out with the ball still in your own half. But the thing is, that is my concern. That transition play and your midfield's ability to help out the defense if you're playing out from the back.
Okay, so speaking about our defense, Josh, okay, one of your favorite players, right? You still got to just see, right? Burn already.
Down there.
This one it will be a
Don't bury it around KL, bro.
collector's item already now. So, okay, Harry Maguire going out of the squad, and based on what Doc mentioned that we want to build from the back and whatnot, do you think there will be a suitable replacement for Harry Maguire? We were linked to Kim Min-jae. I reckon he was the best choice for us, but then unfortunately, this Bayern Munich managed to snatch him from us. So the other names, Benjamin Pavard, Todibo, Tapsoba, names like that. Do you think any of them will actually complement and will actually bring us to the next level of the more closer to the style that Eric Ten Hag wants to play?
To be very honest, Todibo and Topsada, or whatever his name is, I'm really not familiar with those two players. I hear the names. They played, I think, the French league, both of them. And that's it. But the French league is French league. This is the Premier League. And if you are no name, I think everyone should be very familiar with things. So this is the thing where I also question Ten Hag's decision on the type of players we got. But who knows, right? This kind of players might be a good one. Only Pavard, and I know Pavard as a great right back. He's got multiple goals at right back, like overlapping right back. So maybe the transition kind of football he wants to do, instead of being the right wing back, he wants to do come into the midfield and play football. What I can assume is, and I think this is the players that he wants, is the players can play football, like passing, control the ball, get possession, and then make the play. Not the ones that to make the runs or drive up. So I think during preseason, I think Martinez, even because we hold the ball at the back, Martinez even played like a DM, had to push more forward because Onana is taking that position alongside Varane. So if it comes to a situation, right, maybe even Casemiro might play with Varane or Casemiro might play with Martinez in that situation, because we are holding the ball so much, we just need an extra man forward. No point to put 4 defenders, right? So maybe that's the kind of thing that we only have in the other time also, one of the preseason, we had all our players on the opposition half, so that was a good thing. Like the low block teams, right? This is where we always fail to score the goals. So if you ask me what kind of players that we want to look at, I don't fancy any of those 3 players, to be very honest. I just say let's start with them, because Lindelof also is a good player. Why not try? Maybe he just want 4 great centre backs and then work from there. But actually, I think that let's go ahead with the 3 first and then see what's because like I said, I would invest a striker. I wouldn't look into the centre back again. We don't need it.
Okay, so maybe Ayrton, you want to add on a bit on that, and then I have another question for you. So maybe we'll just continue from what I asked Josh regarding our centre backs and whatnot. Do you think that we actually need another personnel, an experienced one, or maybe a certain price range? Are we going to go all out to find a replacement for Rafael Varane, or just someone to sit on the bench?
Honestly speaking, I think it's pretty much fixed already with our back line already. If you ask me anything in terms of experience, you probably should get Johnny Evans on probably a 1-year deal as a backup. Lindelof is good enough. Harry Maguire, honestly speaking, let's call a spade here. There's not much of a difference whether he's in or out of the team. If he's in the team, it's probably like we're playing against 12 individuals rather than 11. So him going, honestly speaking, is not a big loss. We got enough on the back line. We should invest up front a bit more. Honestly, I'm more concerned on our wing play rather than on our strikers because I still will not put any hope or dime on any of our wingers minus Marcus Rashford because Anthony and Sancho is still a huge suspect for me in terms of it. So we really need to up our game, at least cover the front. The midfield is solid already. The back line, I think, is pretty much a given who's going to play at the back line already. We've got AYB, Martinez, Varane, and also Luke Shaw on the left side. So that's pretty much covered. But up front, yeah, we really need to look for someone to at least play a supporting role down there, because we can't hope put all our eggs in one basket on a 20-year-old who could be injury prone. That's what I can say.
Okay, Jai, ini soalan daripada Nas. Adakah kita mempunyai squad depth, ketebalan, is it ketebalan squad untuk mengharungi, untuk berlawan untuk setiap competition? Apa pendapat kamu?
This season kita ada UCL. So competition kita sangat banyak lah, maknanya banyak game kita lalui. And then sekarang kita baru nak reshuffle semua player. Kita baru nak hantar keluar Maguire, Fred, and then loankan si Van de Beek. So kalau ikutkan, kita memang tidak ada squad yang kualitinya sama macam first 11 sekarang. So that means kita kena dapatkan lagi player. Tak kisahlah, mungkin kita dapatkan lagi 2 defend, mungkin kita perlu dapatkan lagi striker, mungkin kita perlu dapatkan selepas Sofian Amrabat, kita kena ada lagi satu midfield, dan mungkin kita perlu ada lagi banyak defend kanan, defend kiri. Sebab kalau kita tengok City, diorang dekat luar sama kualiti dengan ada yang kat dalam. So that means diorang tak payah risau. Diorang tak payah risau diorang punya squad depth bila ada game lain ataupun mungkin ada yang cedera. Macam sekarang ni, kita dapatkan Sofian Amrabat untuk cover Casemiro yang mungkin kena kad merah, yang selalu dapat kad. Sebab tu kita kena ada Sofian Amrabat. So kita kena ada at least 2 pemain, 1 pemain yang kualiti sama dengan dekat luar. So yes, kita memang tidak ada squad depth. Kita kena dapatkan kualiti yang sama macam first 11. Perlukan.
Okay, Doc, moving on to the next topic I want to ask you is about I think the recent times, right, in general, let's talk about the price tag of players right now. Okay, we can actually see like Declan Rice going for 105, and then now the recent situation with Moises Caicedo, 110 for a young midfielder, stuff like this. Do you think that we are actually going to this new era of football whereby the more money, the better? The more money, the better. We can throw away all the passion and all those fight for the badge and all this kind of stuff. It's all about money. What do you think, Doc?
I think the problem arose once Neymar moved to Barca with such a huge fee. Remember, that was the one that actually changed the transfer market for good. Now, average players, and these are really average players, right? Or even players who are one season, done well, right? You're going for 70, 80 million, which is ridiculous. Those are players who are, even like, for example, Rasmus Højlund, he's not a 70 million striker. He's probably a 30 million at max. He's only got one season, and that also, he may be young, he may be good, and probably his hat-trick for Denmark pushed up the price even more, okay? But he's nothing more than 30 million. But because of that Neymar transfer, everything has gone up. Even Declan Rice is not a 100 million player. Moses Caicedo, definitely not. Most 55, 60 million. That's it. But again, with now the current inflation, maybe slightly more. But now, average players are going for that price, 60, 70 million. Right? Which is ridiculous, if you ask me.
Let's not forget we bought Fred for 50 million. Huh?
Exactly. and the fridge for 80 million. Yeah, so that is a problem. That is a problem. And of course, if we don't splash the cash, other teams are going to be just going. If you look at it now, right, even the mid-table teams, the Aston Villa, Newcastle, and all that, right, are starting to spend. And looking to challenge that top 4, top 6 positions. So if you don't spend, if you don't buy the right players, right, you'll find yourself dropping below. That's the problem. And for me, it's a real problem. I don't know whether eventually how this is going to go, because average players are already coming 100 million, right? Next, you find a world top class player is going to be 150, 200 million, which is ridiculous.
True. And then especially now with these Arab Saudi also coming into the picture, do you see maybe in the future there will be a partnership between EPL and also Arab Saudi? Because I think that happened with the PGA Golf or something like that, right? When one of the dominant organization got like surpassed by the up and coming one, so eventually they link and merge. So do you think there'll be a change in the future of football, Josh?
No, I don't think so. Maybe it's a very far-fetched kind of thing. I think Premier League will always be the Premier League. We were strong enough to even don't go with the Super League at one point. So I think even that also they don't go through. I doubt they will do something with the Saudi League. I think it's a good thing. It's an experimental thing from the Saudi League. But in terms of collaboration and so forth, I don't think so. It's going to happen.
Doc, are you wearing a Messi Miami FC jersey? Turn around. Cristiano.
I cannot support the Glazers, right? So I'm supporting David Beckham. I bought this jersey before Messi came. Now I feel like taking it out and like setting it on fire and stuff. No, but anyway, still, whatever said done, Messi is a great player, but he's second round.
Okay, maybe we do a round robin, a quick one, all right? Prediction for the upcoming season for Manchester United, everything for our EPL and also our Champions League. How far do you think that Eric Ten Hag can bring us?
Put me on the spot here, so I'm going to go out on a limb and say we'll win it.
We'll win both. Wow.
No, dude, every season I go into the season thinking we're winning. So I'm going to say it right now. Save this video. We're going to win the Premier League. Champions League, I don't know, but we're going to win the Premier League.
If we win the Premier League, I think all of us will go ball.
Everybody looks like everybody wants to see SS ball.
Like
I will personally
go clean, dog. Go clean.
Let's make a bet. I know we made a bet with a certain MP on TikTok, but I will actually shave my hair bald if we win the Premier League, and I'll seriously do it. And I think we're going to
do it live. Do it live. The
Champions League, do it live.
We'll do it live
concurrently.
Quarterfinals for the Champions League. Champions League for the Champions League quarterfinals. After that is a bonus, but Premier League we're going to win it. People might crucify me, but I say we are going to win the Premier League. 21 is coming.
Okay, Jai, macam mana? Kamu punya ramalan untuk musim akan datang untuk EPL dan juga Champions League.
First thing first, kita kena reshuffle semua player yang ada, yang kita dah ada dalam list tu. Eric Ten Hag kena tunjukkan apa yang dia boleh buat daripada segi taktikal, agresif dengan gameplay. Then, yes, kalau ikutkan I ikut reasonable lah. At least kita berada di dalam back 4 untuk EPL, and mungkin kita boleh pergi jauh daripada, mungkin kita pergi final UCL mungkin. Tetapi untuk dapatkan piala itu adalah bonus. Untuk dapatkan piala ada bonus. Tapi yang paling mustahak ialah gameplay United kena berubah. Bukan masa zaman Ole, bukan zaman Ralf Rangnick. Dan kita boleh nampak kita boleh pergi ke mana. Itu je.
Okay, Doc, how about you, Doc? Expectations for the coming season, trophies, Champions League and also EPL.
My expectation is for us to be challenging for the title. I mean, really pushing whoever is on top, really pushing them all the way for in the title chase. Not till December, not till January, but right till May. Champions League quarterfinals should be a must. Anything beyond will depend on the luck of the draw, of course. I mean, I hope we can go as far as possible, but for me, minimum should be quarterfinals and a cup or two. So either the League Cup or FA Cup. Again, people might say because of our lack of squad depth, let us let go the Carling Cup, that kind of rubbish. But for me, we should be trying to win every competition we're in, whether it's a League Cup, Coca-Cola Cup, Milo Cup, whatever it is, we should be going out to win it.
Milo Cup, hey, the guy gotta use Milo Cup. Milo say Milo Cup. The end of the Milo say no more already. No
Well
more
thrown in, huh? Well thrown in.
Okay, Josh, how about you, Josh? Before we close our live, expectations.
I think as much as I want Manchester United to win, I really like Doc. I just want them to just go for a title contender. Just be top two. I think this is my personal expectation, because I think he has a squad to do it. But as I addressed earlier, maybe the goal scoring may be an issue, but I think he will tweak it. We might come in good this season. Top two. Champions League, hopefully we push for at least a semi-final. And let's defend our Carling Cup. That's something that maybe we do a treble of Carling Cups 3 seasons in a row. I mean, yeah, it's a cup is a cup, right? We want to celebrate these wins, and things like this are really great for managers to be in a long-term sustainable. More, we look forward for those things, and then we get a great striker, go for a double, go for a treble. But this season, top two, semi-final, and defend our Carling Cup.
Okay, and with that, guys, thank you so much for joining our live. I think we'll be more regular. I think now we just gotta convince the other guy, the VIP guy, to join us. Here again. Yeah, with that, I will see you guys in the next episode. Good night, guys.
Bye.